Pete Sousa pregame with Adonis Thomas. Adonis headed to All-Star Weekend to compete in the Boost Mobile NBA D-League three-point contest. What was your first thought when you got the call?
Oh, I was excited. For my rookie season to be able.
James Curry with the spice on a Sunday morning. And now we go under the armor with NBA veteran, a guy with 111 games in the NBA. Gary Forbes is going to tell us how he's going to get back. Pete Sousa pregame with Darius Johnson Odom. Darius, 33 points Friday, 36 Saturday. Be honest with me now. When your phone rings and it's a number you don't recognize, do you think this is the call?
Sometimes I do, but.
Slamming into the studio, LD Williams. LD, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Two-time D-League dunk contest. Pete Sousa pregame with Adonis Thomas. Adonis, you missed 5 games with an injury, splashed back onto the scene, 40 points over the course of your last 2 games. Why was it so easy for you to rediscover your rhythm?
It was just me.
Welcome to Inside the Armor. I'm your host, Pete Sousa, once again joined by Armor head coach Doug Overton. Coach, I love shows like this one because the people at home have time on their side. It's 11:30, 3 p.m. today. The Armor take on the Maiden Red Claws at the Mass Mutual Center. They can come on down. ArmorHoops.com. You can get tickets, 413-746-3263. Today, 3 p.m. Big game. Come on down. Pete Sousa pregame with Devin Ebanks. Devin, you've averaged 19.5 points over your first 2 games. How have you fit right in?
Like I said, my teammates helping me out.
You mentioned L.A. 63 games in the NBA with the Lakers. What are you working on here to get back?
It was a great experience, something I need to get back to.
Part of that experience, you're playing with guys like Kobe Bryant. Was there one guy, a player or coach that you took to and you learned a lot from?
I would say who was a defensive player.
Who was your favorite celebrity in attendance at Staples Center? Did you have one?
I would say my favorite was Jack Nicholson.
So if there's one thing people don't know about Devin Ebanks, what is it?
Every chance I get, I take cat naps everywhere.
He's well rested. Devin Ebanks, Armor Toro's coming right up. ArmorHoops.com. That'll do it for this episode of Inside the Armor. This is Pete Sousa asking all of you to have a happy but safe New Year's. We'll see you next time. Welcome to Inside the Armor. I'm your host, Pete Sousa, back again for another show. We missed you last week.
No.
Coach Overton, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Pete. It's good to be back.
I got good news for you. You can relax. Trade deadline time, you're not getting traded. You're not getting traded, 8 teams, 11 years as a pro. You actually weren't traded that many times. The Armor stumbled out of the gate this season, starting at just 2-12. And while some prognosticators and fans voiced their concerns, one group had no doubts. The Armor season ticket holder contingent. They continue to turn out at the Mass Mutual Center, and now they're being rewarded. The Armor went 8-4 in the month of February, and today they gave back to those fans.
It's really neat.
Tiffany, thanks so much. Come down to JT's for some food and fun. Make sure you have the French dip.
Yes, the French dip.
Tiffany, Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back with the Armor's upcoming schedule. Pete Sousa pregame with Willie Reed. Willie, it is always a family affair, but tonight it's a little different. Willie, you can't leave him with me because I'm not a real good babysitter, all right? Willie Reed sounding and looking exactly like he knows what he's doing. And it was actions like that on the floor that enabled him to get called up last year in April of all times. April 17th, called up by the Memphis Grizzlies, Sam.
Yeah, called up by the Grizzlies.
I think where a lot of people struggle.
And that's what they're working on. So there's a plan in place. And if you go back overseas and anybody gives you a hard time, they're going to be in trouble, especially after we get your grades from Saturday's L-Stats. Jeff, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me on.
I mean, if he's not interested in sitting down, check him out standing up. Sunday afternoon, today, 3 o'clock. Jeff Foote, we'd love to have you back. Maybe we won't be able to, though, because you might be gone. You might be out of here.
We'll hope so, but, it'd be great to be back. So.
Coming up next, we'll get to know Gary Forbes a little better. Stick around. You won't want to miss it.
Come reserve your seats.
Welcome back to Inside the Armor. Joining us now, I got to make sure I didn't get my pocket picked. Armor guard, defensive specialist, Bruce Massey. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming by. It can be said the Springfield Armor began the season as a group of individuals trying to make the NBA. First-year coach Doug Overton saw this reflected in his team's pregame ritual, with each player seated in his locker with headphones on, lost in his own music. In order to change the culture and a 2-12 start, Overton ruled there would be one sound system in the Armor locker room. The result produced the sweet sounds of victory, a late-season playoff push, 2 call-ups, and one final jam session tonight against the Canton
get that
Charge.
chance.
Well, you talked about learning. We're going to learn a little more about you right now. We had Lance Hurdle here in that seat last week.
Okay.
We asked Lance, what are some of your aspirations after basketball? He said he wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
I didn't know we had an actor stashed on our bench here as an assistant coach. That's what, I got some footage I'm going to roll right here.
Oh, man, this is bad, too.
Let's see.
I couldn't be happy.
Really?
I wouldn't lie.
Now I'm gonna tell you. First of all, that was pretty good. Was that the first thing you ever did acting wise?
Yeah. I thought it was. I was smiling the whole time. You're supposed to change faces, right? I was smiling the whole time.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
award season now. You know, we got the Golden Globes coming up, the Oscars are coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look out for you.
Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not.
We're gonna
man.
stick with coaching.
We're sticking with coaching, baby.
Well, coming
Yeah.
up next, I don't
Yeah.
know how Larry Anderson is gonna follow that, but he's gonna be in this seat next. Chris, thanks so much.
My man.
We'll see you
Take
soon.
it easy, bro.